Welcome to morning stretch or afternoon or evening stretch. You're welcome to do this anytime. Now we're on replay. And we're just going to start in a nice comfortable seat. You can cross the legs, you can have them wide, you can open. Today's stretch class is all about just being in tune with your body, lengthening from head to toe. Just take a couple deep breaths in, relax your shoulders, and we're going to sit on this blanket. Kind of helps. You don't have to. But by sitting on the blanket, notice how you shift your hips a little further forward, and it keeps your spine straight. And just allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears and your jaw, to relax away from your eyes. And feel free to close those eyes if you need to. And if you're on replay or maybe had a stressful weekend, or stressful day, just slow your breath down. Kind of focus your mind right on the third eye center here. Just focus on concentration and breathing. Allow everything to slow down. Maybe you already did a class and you're feeling that energy. Save that energy. I promise when you are off that mat, it'll all come back. You're going to feel amazing. Gently take a nice deep breath in. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale. We're going to go over to our right side. Reach those fingertips. Now relax your elbow and shoulder away from your ear. Push your opposite hip into the mat. So both sit bones are in. Draw your shoulder blade slightly back. Option to look up. If you want to start stretching through the neck, you can. Feel that stretch to the opposite side, right on that side body. Make sure we're not tensing up that shoulder. Let's go through the center. Inhale, reach over. And let's be mindful of what our body feels like. Maybe everything feels so tight. Oh, this hurts. Oh, my shoulders, everything, right? So by the end of this class, or maybe second or third set, right? We do a little different exercises along the way, but maybe for the same body part, everything starts to come into place. Hands to center. All right, so we're just going to keep those legs crossed wherever they're comfortable. Walk your fingertips forward. And I want you to imagine taking your shoulder blades pressing away and lengthening your spine. So it's not about how low you go. It's about extending your chin and chest forward, lengthening the spine, and feel that stretch. Now you can round. You can drop those elbows under the shoulders. Let your head sink down. Feel that stretch go into your lower back. Lift halfway up, walk over to your left knee, and just rest that body down. Now, it's okay if it's not touching. Maybe you're up here. That's fine. You're like, oh, this hurts so bad. Go where you feel comfortable. You choose where you are. Don't judge by anybody else. Just worry about you, okay? And that's why you're here. Everybody feels the same. We're just in different positions, right? We're always working to grow. Relax that body. So notice that stretch, go through that lower back. Relax your head for this one. Take it into the center and then slowly come on up. Good. Let's extend those legs straight out. I'm going to sit a little bit higher on my mat and then still keeping that spine straight. So maybe you take your tush and push it back and then lift up. And then keeping those toes pointed up, lift the chin and chest, slowly walk forward. Now again, it's not about how far you go. We want to open up through the inner thighs. So turn those toes. Maybe you even hold on to make sure they don't turn. Let your shoulders and elbows sink. So really imagine extending your chest and chin all the way up. Feel that through the inner thigh, all the way maybe into the insertion of the knee. Slowly release. Now we're going to switch which leg is under. So naturally, you might not be like, I don't remember which one, but if you were just to naturally cross, that's probably the one you had. So we're going to do the opposite side. Big inhale, reach up nice and tall. Let's go over to your right. Same thing, drop the elbow, shift that weight over, so use your palm, but not your shoulder, and lengthen the side. Already feeling better. All the way through the center to the other side. Notice when you relax your breath, everything kind of comes back to place. Inhale to center. Exhale, walk it forward. Now remember, we're not going as far as you can. This is all about lengthening the spine. So think about lifting that chin and chest forward. I use those fingertips. Sometimes you can take your hands, right, and then press them down and then push them towards you, and it gives you a little bit more extension in that back. Round the shoulder, drop it down. Oh, this feels so good. And then slowly walk over to your right. Gently rest down. Let those shoulders relax. So if you put those elbows underneath the shoulders a little bit, notice the weight of your arms helps you Drop a little bit lower. Lifting through the center to the other side, and then slowly down. So for those of you who've been following lately, I'm back in Cali. We were in Wyoming for 3 weeks, and I really love Cali. Go ahead and lift it forward. I miss the beach. I can't wait to go back to the beach. And slowly walk it up, and I love Wyoming. It's so gorgeous. Shake it out. Let's scoot ourselves back, open those legs again, and then so we're back here. You can push that tush a little bit further back, so make sure you feel those sit bones. Turn those toes and knees up. Slowly extend that spine. Take a breath as you extend the chin and chest forward. So notice the difference. We run around the back. No, we want to lift the chin and chest just like that. Take a breath. Now maybe you grab on. So notice how my toes kind of turn. It's just natural. So let's open up a little. Open up those arms. Slowly come on up. So while we're still in this seated position, we're going to take our right leg under and our left leg cross. But I want you, if you're sitting on your blanket, just a little bit further on it, if this bothers you, now it's not about how far we can cross, so bring that leg a little closer into the body and option for the other leg. If you don't like it, you can have your legs straight or maybe slightly bent. This is a little weird on the ankle and knee, so just make sure that you're feeling okay with the knees. Lift up, and we're going to grab our ankle, and you can grab this ankle, so make sure you're not grabbing the toes. Grab your ankles and lift that chest up. Notice how that knee kind of sinks down. It's just because I'm tight, right? So if you need to, I want you to grab on and lift. Now release the hand. Left arm's going to come up to the sky. Your left leg is crossed. If it's the opposite, make sure it's the opposite arm. Lift up and look over your body. Now right arm lifts up and brings it across. Look over your shoulder. So notice the twist in the spine. Keep it nice and straight. If you start to fall down, lift and lengthen. So today it's a lot about lengthening the spine before we do our stretches to really focus on the areas that we need to. Release the right arm and then left arm. Now just go ahead and grab that leg. We're going to pull it up towards your opposite shoulder. So lift up and feel that stretch right through the outside of that thigh. You can cradle it a little bit if you'd like. Gently release it and bring that knee down. Now if this is too much, you can open up or go into a little bit wider. But what we're going to do is take that foot and place it in your thigh right here. Now just make sure that your ankle isn't twisted. We want it nice and flat so you can flex the foot. Bring it wherever it's comfortable. Now if your leg starts here, that's totally fine. All right? So everybody's flexibility is going to be different. Lift that chin and chest up and slowly come forward. Feel that huge stretch of the tush. Yes, and lift up. Now it's actually a little easier if you can bend the knee a little deeper. You can even move your calf out of the way and then get it deeper in here to get a deeper stretch here. So if your leg is further out, it actually kind of feels weird on that knee. And so let's make sure nice form. Take a breath. And if this isn't enough, you are welcome to come down, lengthen the spine. Take a breath. Huge stretch. So if you have issues with your piriformis muscle or sciatic nerve, this is one of the main stretches that you can do. There's pigeon, there's this one, there's figure 4 on your back. Slowly release. And shake it out. Now if you need to, maybe that knee's a little tight, right? So make sure you're not doing anything that bothers your knee, but if it feels good. All right, so take a breath. We're gonna go through that whole series on the other side. So we're gonna cross the leg, bring it over, take a breath, start here, lift nice and tall. Now you can grab onto the ankles. Make sure you're just not pointing the toes and pulling into the toes. So grab wherever you're comfortable. You can always just hold onto your leg and lift nice and tall. So we're getting deep into the back, the hips, the glutes. Slowly release it. Take your right arm. Your right leg is crossed. So your right arm comes up and over. Then your left arm comes up and over. You can have your arm on that thigh. Lift that chin and chest up, right? Straight spine. Look over your shoulder. Exhale. Now notice when you exhale, you get a little deeper stretch. Make sure you're not dropping. I want everything tall. Release the left arm. And then grab that leg with both hands. Bring it up. So we're going to take that knee to the opposite shoulder, stretching through the hip. The more we can square the hip and bring it across the body, the deeper the stretch. Feels so good. Hold a lot of stress. So here we go. We're going to bring that foot in and release. So you can move that calf out of the way, and that'll help you bend that knee. And then again, flexing the foot into that leg. Now if your leg stops here, that's totally fine. As long as you're not feeling a pull in your knee, okay? And just relax. Find those sit bones, spine nice and straight. You choose if you feel like you need to fall forward a little bit, but keeping that spine extended is where it's at. Feel that deep stretch of the glute here, all the way around to the hip, maybe in through the inner thigh if you're really tight. If you're feeling this in the knee in a bad way, come out of it or release it a little bit. Maybe it's too much. Everybody's different. Slowly come out of it. Extend that leg. Feel free to massage your knee. Oh, it feels so good. All right, so let's get back onto our blanket here. And then press those hips back if you like. I want you to feel your sit bones, whether you're on your blanket or on your mat. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to draw our toes to our shins and release. Exhale, reach to those toes. Now it's okay if you don't reach, you can just hold anywhere. This is where those blocks start to come in handy, because you can just place your hands on your blocks, or maybe you have two, and you want them right here. But let's extend that back again. So again, today we're really thinking about lengthening the spine, creating space in between each vertebrae. And that way you can feel it deeper through the back of the knee, hamstring, all the way into the glutes. If you just did Yoga Sculpt with me today, we definitely worked those hamstrings and glutes. Now you can round the back. Notice the stretch shift. You just relax down, round to the back. Here's where that stretch comes into the glutes. So is one right, one wrong? No. The point is that we want to focus on different stretches, right? And so the only way to get to those areas is to change that body by little. So let's just hold it. Take a breath. Slowly round and roll up. So we got into the hips, the hamstrings, right through the back. We're going to go ahead and we are going to roll it on to our back. So let's just kind of push it off. Keep your blanket or your blocks nearby, because we're going to use them again. Very slowly roll onto your backs and hug those knees into the chest, either hands behind the knees or on the shins, and just rock. Get a little massage on the back. Extend your right leg, keep your left leg in. Now if you need to, you can bend that knee a little bit. Well, let's hold it here. And either your hand on your shin or maybe behind your knee, whatever feels good. Take a breath. Imagine taking that right leg, the extended one, all the way, like you're separating your heel from your hip. Let your head rest, let your shoulders rest, let your face rest. Bringing that left leg up, and if you need to bend that knee a little bit, that's fine. Knees and toes into the shin, and then towards the body. Good. Bring that leg 90 degrees from your hip, arms out to a T. Straighten that back leg, and we're going to take it out. Now, if this is too much for you, bend your knee, or you can stack your knees one on top of each other. All right, so we already did a little spinal twist today, so hopefully you're warm enough. If you want to look over your shoulder, you can. Oh, this feels so good all along the hip. Now, if you're super flexible and you want to do that and you want to grab your toe, you can peace sign fingers into your toe and then pull your toe in. You can. That's a little bit too much for me. But you're welcome to add whatever feels good to you. Your back arm, your left arm is extended. Palm up to the sky. Feel that stretch the chest. Take a breath. Bend the knee. Let's bring it back into center. Hug both knees into the chest. Maybe those knees come a little wider this time. Get a deeper stretch to the hips. Hold it center. Extend the left leg straight out. Bring the right knee in. Now again, only extend as far as you feel comfortable. Hand behind the knee or on the shin. Sometimes you're not sure you need this or not, and then you do it and you're like, oh man, I needed this so bad. That's how I feel today. Let's extend that leg out. Feel free to flex your toes. Good, let's hold it here, arms out to a T. Just gonna scoot over and extend that leg straight out. Feel free to look over your shoulder here. Nice deep stretch the spine. If you want to peace sign the fingers into the toes, if it's too deep with that leg, remember you can bend it or just bend the top leg. Some days you feel bendy and some days you just feel like a brick. And so just being aware of how you're feeling one day to the other. What did you do yesterday to make you feel different today? Slowly bend the knee, pull it back into the center. Hug both knees into the chest. Feel free to rock. Maybe you do little circles, massaging a little different in that back. Another way. Good. While we're here, let's do a little happy baby, right? This is a yoga move. Nice and easy. Bend your knees. Hug them into your armpits. Grab your shins, your ankles, insides, outside the feet, wherever you feel comfortable. But what I want you to make sure to do is relax your shoulders. All right? So if you pull your elbows in, that'll relax your shoulders a little bit more. Let your face sink, and then let your knees sink into your armpits. If you're feeling your upper back lifting, drop it down. If you feel your lower back lifting, drop it down as well. Really pancake that spine into the earth. And if you want, you could kick back and forth. This feels really good. It's kind of fun. And let's release it down. Let's extend both legs straight out. Open through the hip flexors here. Reach those arms all the way up. Big stretch. Exhale, let it go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a supported bridge. So we're going to take a block. Now if you don't have a block, you can use a pillow. A little squishier. Maybe you need a couple pillows. Or take your blanket and you can always make it a little higher. So whichever one you choose, bring your knees, your feet on your knees and lift your hips up. And we're going to actually rest our lower back on, kind of like your lower back booty, on your block or blanket. Now make sure you're not arching your back. Your weight is still on your shoulders and your back. Take a breath. And then maybe you lift up your legs. And you don't have to. This feels really good. So if you want to stay with your feet down, just resting, it's almost like that block or whatever, even if it's soft, gives that low back a little massage too. And then lift those feet up if they're not already. Take a breath. A little bit of circulation from your feet to your heart. And if you have any form of anxiety or any, like you just feel stressed, so you don't have to have like clinical anxiety, but this right here is a great way to relax your mind. So what it does is allow that blood flow to come to your brain and your heart and just slows you down a little bit. So if you're ever feeling a little bit stressed out or just overwhelmed, do this against the wall. Just lift your feet up. You don't even have to be supported. Just gonna lay down for a moment, take a second, check back in, regroup. From here, we're gonna take our left leg, so this is a little deeper hip flexor. This feels really good right here. And we always stretch the low back, right? We stretch the hips, the glutes, but this hip flexor here is one reason we're tight to the back and hips. And if your leg is hovering, that's fine. Let's switch sides. You might notice one side a little tighter than the other, really opening through that hip flexor. Take a breath. Hang in there. Almost there. All right, let's drop those feet down and use your feet to lift up. Just slide whatever it is underneath your back away and slowly drop that tailbone down. Nice neutral spine. Hold it here for a second. Bottoms of the feet touch. Little butterfly position. Still working through the hip flexors and groin. You can take your hands, place them right on your thighs and just press slightly down. Open the hips a little bit. Getting into that inner thigh again. Release the arms, legs straight out, arms up over your head, big stretch both directions. Feel free to open up that rib cage, the belly button, lengthen from your hip to your rib. Relaxing those arms to your side. Take a slow, deep breath. Let's bend the knees, roll yourself over onto one side. You can rest your head right on that bicep here and just take a moment and relax. Now if you like the top arm above you, just gonna give yourself a little hug. This feels so good. So just 15, 20 minutes a day just to get that body moving and circulating, giving it some love and appreciation. Using that top arm to push yourself up into a seated position. Hang in there. We're going to finish off with a little bit of neck and shoulders. Relax. Sit however you're comfortable. If you choose, feel free to get back onto your blanket or your block. And I like to sit on it because it just sort of releases some of that tension in the back. So we're going to sit nice and tall. Let your shoulders relax. Take it ear to shoulder. Good. Keeping that spine nice and long. Slowly through the center to the other side. And sit however you're comfortable. Whatever you like, as long as you're not swooping down, right? Still want to sit nice and tall. And head center. Take a chin to chest for me, please. Shoulder blades slightly back and down. Rock back and forth. Releasing just that last bit of tension. Breathe it out. Hold it chin to chest. Head comes up. Big inhale, reach up nice and tall, hands in heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. The link for our membership will be in the comments and in the description. So have an amazing day. Be grateful for you and your surroundings. The badass in me honors the badass in you. Namaste. Hi. If you like this video, click the link below or in the pinned comments and we'll send you 2 members-only videos. One stretch class and one HIIT cardio yoga class that will make you feel strong, confident, and ready to take on the world. So just click that link, put your name, your email, and you'll get full access to both classes. Now, if you like our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell, comment, and like all our classes that you've been taking so we can keep giving you more. We look forward to seeing you in our next Sweat Fit Fam class. Have a great day.